Well, here we are again, Project Purity and me. It's been close to 20 years since my last entry, since I left all of this behind to make a life for my daughter. It wasn't perfect, but it was safe, and that's all I could have hoped for. We've spent that time in Vault 101, tucked away from the rest of the world. Now my daughter is a grown woman, beautiful, intelligent, confident, just like her mother. And as hard as it was to admit it, she doesn't need her daddy anymore. It's time to go. The project was in trouble before, both internally and externally. Progress has come to a halt, both because our recalculations have gotten us nowhere, and because the mutant attacks occur several times a day. I regret that it has come to this. I know that if I leave, our work may come to an end. Madison has never been on the best of terms with the Brotherhood. Aside from Scribe Rothschild, she'll tolerate none of them.
Video by Selfie Gaming. Subscribe, like, and follow.
To be honest, the G.E.C.K sounded like pure fantasy, even for someone of Braun's capabilities. It was nothing short of a miracle. A terraforming module capable of producing life from complete lifelessness. But not only was this thing a reality, it was actually distributed to several vaults to be used after an atomic war. Vault 101 was, sadly, not on that list. I did some digging and discovered Braun's name on the reservation list for a Vault 112. I'm no slouch, but this man, he could have easily succeeded where I failed. Does his collected knowledge remain within the halls of Vault 112? Journals, holotapes, computer records, maybe even experiments. If I could gain access to just a fraction of Braun's genius, Project Purity would become a reality. I spoke with Dr. Lee, Madison, at Rivet City. It went about as well as I expected. That is to say, she thinks I'm completely mad. How can I blame her? She's got her own life, her own team, and is making real, tangible scientific progress. And here I come again, the very paragon of failure and false promises. But the reality is, I need Madison and whatever scientific team she may have assembled. I can't do this myself. Project Purity is bigger than me. It always was. And without Catherine, God, I can't let this die. Not again. Not like this. So here I am, back where it all began. Project Purity. God, we wanted to change the world. We really thought the waters of life could be a reality. If she's the one dealing with them, who knows what will happen? It breaks my heart to go. But I must put the needs of my child before my own.
Video by Selfie Gaming. Subscribe, like, and follow.
Madison, please. Now's not the time. I'll get the information the Colonel needs, but I need you to— Thank you, Madison. It's good to be working with you again. That's why we're going to head over there right now and get things up and running as best we can. I know, I was thinking about that. The lab at the facility had some old pre-war computers that we scavenged. One of them might be useful. It's as important to me as ever, Madison. I know it's important to you too. Let's finish it together. And you know I wouldn't be here if I didn't think this would really work. It's time, Madison. How could it not be worth improving the lives of everyone in the Wasteland? What could be a more worthy endeavor? Madison, I'm telling you, this is real. I talked to Braun himself. He confirmed it. Don't you see? This is what we've been waiting for. And with good news. I was right about Braun and the G.E.C.K. If we can find one, we can adapt it to work with the purifiers. I told you it would work, Madison. And now I can prove it. Nearly finished. Almost ready. I'm compiling the data now. Just another minute and I'll be done. It'll only be a few more moments. And that's why this is a momentous occasion. Because even after 19 years, I still believe it. Project Purity can and will be operational. This is just the beginning. The team has made plans to scale back our work once the baby is born. We're also trying to compensate for the increase in mutant attacks. No one is really talking about the implications of it. There are more of them than before. We know it, and the Brotherhood soldiers know it. Our relationship with the Brotherhood is straining. They're concerned by the lack of concrete results from the project, especially in light of the mutant attacks. They haven't come out and said it, but we all know what's going on. They're questioning whether their involvement in our project is worth the trouble it's causing them. They lost 2 good men this week, with 3 more injured. Well, here we are again. Project Purity and me. It's been close to 20 years since my last entry, since I left all of this behind to make a life for my son. We've spent that time in Vault 101, tucked away from the rest of the world. It wasn't perfect, but it was safe, and that's all I could have hoped for. Now my son is a grown man, handsome, intelligent, confident, just like his old man. And as hard as it was to admit it, he doesn't need his daddy anymore. This is day 2 of my attempt to resurrect this project. I've got one of the portable fusion generators up and running, but it's just enough to power the emergency lighting and a couple of other systems. That will serve for now, but I'll need help powering up the mainframe. Time to visit Madison at Rivet City. Even in Vault 101, my work on Project Purity never really stopped. Soon after we arrived, my nightly routine included sneaking into the restricted areas, searching for, I don't know, whatever I could find. It was a Voltec facility, after all. The place was built with some of the most advanced technology this country had ever developed. Those excursions never turned up anything particularly useful. So, one night, after half a bottle of scotch, I broke into the overseer's office. It was easy enough to hack his console, gain access to the restricted files. Most of it was garbage, propaganda, spy reports, just plain rambling bullshit, really. But there was one thing, one name that stood out amongst all the others. Dr. Stanislaus Braun. I knew of Braun's work, of course. He was a celebrity in his day, Voltec's sorcerous scientist, leaving his peers in awe of his technological wizardry. But it was in Vault 101 that night in the overseer's office I first learned of Braun's involvement in Voltec's Societal Preservation Program and his work on something called G.E.C.K, the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. I am at a loss. My beloved wife is gone. In her place is my son, small and helpless. As much as this place means to me, as much as it meant to Catherine, this is no place for an infant, especially an infant without his mother. I am at a loss. My beloved wife is gone. In her place is my daughter, small and helpless. As much as this place means to me, as much as it meant to Catherine, this is no place for an infant, especially an infant without her mother. We're back at work after a full week of delays. The Brotherhood soldiers were able to repair the sentry guns, much to my relief. I know Madison isn't comfortable having them here, but there's no denying that we'd be lost without them. We're still waiting on the full analysis of the last 3 small-scale purification tests. Catherine hasn't been feeling well, and it's slowing down our research. I don't mind, but I can tell that it's bothering some of the others. Well, there's no more mystery behind Catherine's health problems. The news of her pregnancy has lifted the spirits of everyone here and given us a renewed interest in making the purifier work. We now have a future generation to provide for. The latest tests show that our methods are horribly inefficient, but I think we're on the right track. Catherine refuses to rest. She insists on spending all day in the lab. I've never seen her more driven. She's determined to resolve the power problems before the baby is born. I've tried to reason with her, but it's no use. I'm off to Vault 112 to search for anything of Braun's that might help me get this purifier up and running. It's so close, but that's the story of Project Purity, isn't it? An eternity of almost theirs. Let's see if Braun has the missing puzzle piece. All I know is that it's west of some place called Evergreen Mills, and it's well hidden in some sort of garage. But I'll find it. I have to. Well, here we are, nestled all safe and snug inside Vault 101. It's so cold down here. Colder still with Catherine gone. Oh, Catherine, I so wish you were here with me. How the hell am I supposed to do this by myself? Live down in this hole. Take care of our child. But this is our life now, so I guess I'd better get used to it. The overseer who runs the place is an overbearing bully, but I've dealt with worse. 1,000. 1,000. Come on, Catherine. Catherine! She's in cardiac arrest. Start compressions. Get the baby out of here. Move! Move! You've got a bright future ahead of you, sweetie. I'm sure of it. You've got a bright future ahead of you, son. I'm sure of it. It's a big world out there, honey, full of all sorts of people. What about you? What kind of person are you going to be? Hang on, Catherine. Hang on. It's a big world out there, son, full of all sorts of people. What about you? What kind of person are you going to be? You're going to look a lot like your dad. Your mother and I have been talking. What do you think about... Look at you. Look at you. Hi there. I'm your daddy, sweetheart. Daddy. You're going to need a name, aren't you? Look at you. Look at you. Hi there. I'm your daddy, little guy. Daddy. You're going to need a name, aren't you? It's a girl? A girl. We've got a daughter, Catherine. A beautiful, healthy baby girl. It's a boy. A boy. We've got a son, Catherine. A beautiful, healthy baby boy. Let's see. Are you a boy or a girl? See that, Catherine? That's a good name, don't you think? Fits you perfectly. Looks like they've finished the gene projection. Let's see what you'll look like when you're all grown up. I'm sorry, Madison. I am. But what choice do I have? Selfish? This is my child we're talking about, Madison. My child. Your mummy? Oh, sweetie. Of course I miss her. I miss her so much. Each day more than the last. Don't be a damned fool. We know nothing of the viruses or bacteria that survive down here. We experiment to prepare. We prepare to survive. No, but close. Not 45, 55. You've got to carry the 1, right? So you put the 5 there, and the 1 goes over there. See? Easy. It's you and me now, okay? You and me. But that's fine. So long as we've got each other, that's all that matters. Don't give me that. You were drunk. All of you. What if I hadn't walked in, huh? Did you think about that? What if the overseer found you first? Well, that's my job, isn't it? To turn you into a grown-up. Make sure you're ready to handle adult life here in the vault. You're not a kid anymore. Ha-ha! Look at that! What did I tell you, Work hard enough and anything is possible. Even an A from Mr. Brotch. Ha-ha-ha-ha-ha! Shh, 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 shh. You're safe now. No more monsters. No more nightmares. Shh, 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 shh. That's it. That's it. Daddy's got you. Yes, yes. Cardiology, pediatrics, psychiatry, whatever your needs. You'll find I can handle, well, I can handle just about anything. Not so bad, huh? A bit chilly, maybe, but we'll get used to that. A few decorations, some donated toys, and this place will feel just like home. Good? Huh? Is that good? Here you go. No, not so fast. That's it, that's it. Everything on the spoon. Come on, you can do it. It's okay. See? Just a little cut. Good thing your daddy's a doctor, huh? I know just the right kind of kiss to make it better. Yes, and Amata can come over after you clean your room. Now move. This place is disgusting. Well, you'd think being a doctor would make this easy. Boys and girls have different parts, right? And when a boy and a girl love each other, Revelation 21:6, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. Stop fussing. You look great. Now go. You want to be late for your own prom? Look, it's just... You need to know these things. I'm not going to be around to hold your hand forever. All right, come on. Let's go see if your little friend Amata wants to play. She always loved that. You just stay here while Daddy runs to his office. You'll be okay, honey. I'll be back in a bit. You just stay here while Daddy runs to his office. You'll be okay, pal. I'll be back in a bit. Listen, kiddo, I know you don't like it when Daddy leaves you alone, but I need you to take care of yourself for a minute. Your mother would have been so proud. There you go. My goodness, just a year old and already walking like a pro. You can make it just a little further. Over here. Come to Daddy. You can do it. Come on over here, sweetie. Come on. Walk to Daddy. Come on over here, son. Come on. Walk to Daddy. Don't look straight into the light, honey. You'll hurt your eyes. It's just something you get used to down here. Don't look straight into the light, pal. You'll hurt your eyes. It's just something you get used to down here. You are quite the little explorer, aren't you? Serves me right for trying to pen you in. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. See that? It was your mother's favorite passage. It's from the Bible, Revelation 21:6. Come on over here. I want to show you something. I'm glad to hear it. Once you start letting bullies push you around, you'll never see the end of it. Come on now. I bet there's someone else out there with a present for you. I wish we didn't have to invite him, but there just aren't that many children your age in the vault. In any case, you'll have to learn to deal with bullies. The world is full of people much worse than Butch, I'm afraid. But don't let him ruin your birthday. Go on. I bet there's someone else waiting to give you a present. Please don't do that. I know you don't like Butch, but if you start picking fights with him, how are you any better? Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, but don't go looking for trouble. There's trouble enough in this world without adding to it. Well now, that's more than enough lecturing for a birthday party. Go on and enjoy yourself. We sure can't, unless we want the overseer beating down our door. Jonas and I have found a place, though. Come on, easy now. It's only a BB gun, but it's not a toy. Let's go try it out. Jonas and I have found a nice spot for you. Follow me. Out already? Something wrong with the sights on that thing. Here you go, honey. Out already? Something wrong with the sights on that thing. Here you go, son. Okay, then. You're doing fine. Just aim and shoot. I think you'll be a natural. What's gotten into you? Jonas worked hard on your present. The least you could do is be polite for 5 minutes. Nasty little things. They pretty much keep to dark places, though. That's why there are always lights on in the vault. I'd try using that new gun of yours. They're pretty easy to kill. More a nuisance than anything else. Of course, you could just aim for the head. A good headshot will do a lot of damage to most anything. I know you can, and that's good. I'm not always going to be here to take care of you. You've got to learn to fend for yourself. Now, take your time. Breathe slowly. Sight down the barrel and squeeze the trigger. Of course you can. I'm not always going to be here to take care of you. You're going to have to learn to fend for yourself. Now, take your time. Breathe slowly. Sight down the barrel and squeeze the trigger. Over here, son. Hey, Jonas, get a picture of me with the big game hunter. Enjoy your party. You're only 10 once, so have fun. Over here, sweetie. Listen, I need to head down to the clinic to check on a patient, but I'll be back in a few minutes. Happy birthday, honey. I can't believe you're already 10. I'm so proud of you. Happy birthday, pal. I can't believe you're already 10. I'm so proud of you. Careful, it's a rad roach. Think you can take care of that with your BB gun? Just aim and shoot. You'll be fine. If only your mother. The overseer gave you your Pip-Boy, and you're old enough to do some work, so I figure you're old enough for this. Your own BB gun. It's a little old, but it should work perfectly. Jonas found it down here. It was in pretty rough shape. Took us a good 3 months to find the parts to get it working again. You know how tough it is to find a spring that small? Good thing Butch misplaced that switchblade of his. So, what do you think? Want to give it a try? Since when? Regardless, I think you'll like this one. You're getting older, and you've got your Pip-Boy. I figure you're old enough for this, too. Your own BB gun. It's a little old, but it should work perfectly. Jonas found it down here. It was in pretty rough shape. Took us a good 3 months to find the parts to get it working again. You know how tough it is to find a spring that small? Good thing Butch misplaced that switchblade of his. So, what do you think? Want to give it a try? Couldn't have done it without Jonas's help. You make sure to thank him. You're welcome, sweetie. Happy birthday. You're welcome, pal. Happy birthday. I'm sorry you feel that way. Maybe you haven't grown up as much as I'd thought. If you don't want it, I'm sure I can find someone who does. I'm sorry you feel that way. Maybe you haven't grown up as much as I'd thought. If you don't want it, I'm sure I can find someone who does. Jonas? I'm sure of it, Amata. Never suspected a thing. Now go on and enjoy yourself. Good work. You can do it. Just aim and shoot. Come on, let's go. Happy birthday, honey. Happy birthday, son. Thanks. I'll send him right down. Thanks. I'll send her right down. Good work. That's one less rad roach to deal with. Let's get a picture together. Capture the moment. Something wrong? That rad roach is still over there. Having trouble with that rad roach? Well, what do you think? You can come down here and shoot any time you want. Come on, we'll show you the place. Are you ready for your surprise? Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. Here are some more BBs. If you're having trouble, try crouching to steady your aim. Go ahead, try out your new gun on those targets over there. Hey, that was Jonas on the intercom. He and I have been cooking up a little surprise present. Jonas is waiting for you downstairs on the reactor level. Go ahead. I don't think anyone will mind if you slip out for a few minutes. Just be patient. You don't want to ruin the surprise, do you? Go ahead. Jonas is waiting. Hey there, pal. Having fun? Hi, honey. Having fun? Listen, once you have finished being a good host, I have something I want to show you. I can't believe you're 10 already. Your mother would have been proud of you, son. Now go on and enjoy your party. I can't believe you're 10 already. Your mother would have been proud of you, honey. Now go on and enjoy your party. Having a good time? It wasn't easy keeping this a secret. Now go on. I'm sure everyone else would like a chance to talk to the birthday boy. Having a good time? It wasn't easy keeping this a secret. Now go on. I'm sure everyone else would like a chance to talk to the birthday girl. Are you all right? Is Butch giving you a hard time again? Good work. You can do this. Here we are. Good. You're here. How's it going, sweetheart? How's it going, pal? Happy birthday. Go on. Jonas is waiting for you downstairs. How's it going, pal? How's it going, pal? Hey, it's not my call. Those are the rules. You're 16 now, so this year you take the GO.A.T. Come on, it's not so bad. Everyone has to take it. You'll do just fine. No, you're not. Really. When I started studying medicine, one of the first things I learned was how to spot a kid playing sick to get out of taking a test. You'll do fine. It's not so bad. Everyone has to take it when they're 16. I had to, you have to, and so does everyone else. And most everyone makes it through without a scratch. The GO.A.T? Well, I can't tell you much more than you already know. The Generalized Occupational Aptitude Test. GO.A.T. Everyone here in the vault takes it when they're 16. Helps to figure out what sort of a job you'll have here in Vault 101 when you get a bit older. So, pay attention and try not to fall asleep. You know what the Overseer says? We're born in the vault, we die in the vault. Each is tested to determine their abilities, that they may work for the betterment of all vault residents. Sound familiar? Sounds good. Let me know if there are any changes. I'd just like to keep an eye on it. Have you had a chance to look over these results? Warning, Jonas. That's not the way it works. And it won't do to go around asking questions like that. Especially not around the Overseer. I want to tell you something now. It's important, so listen closely. This place, this vault, it's not perfect, I know. But it is your home. You're safe here. Stay on the Overseer's good side, and you always will be. You understand? You need to appreciate all you have, because what's up there on the outside, that's not the life I want for you. And it's not what your mother wanted for you either. That's what the Overseer says, isn't it? He's not about to let anyone else in, so I guess that's how it'll have to be. You're here now, and it's a hell of a lot better than being up there. All your mother and I ever wanted was for you to be safe, and you're safe here. Your mother, she was beautiful, but beyond the beauty you've seen. There's just so much those old photos can never show, and she was passionate about life, about love. But most of all, she was passionate about you. When she became pregnant, it was the happiest I had ever seen her. She had great things in mind for you. And so, time for you to stop stalling and get to class. Please, honey, please, take these achievement tests seriously. The last thing I need is your mother's ghost haunting me because her only child became a garbage burner. Your mother, she was beautiful, but beyond the beauty you've seen. There's just so much those old photos can never show, and she was passionate about life, about love. But most of all, she was passionate about you. When she became pregnant, it was the happiest I had ever seen her. She had great things in mind for you. And so, time for you to stop stalling and get to class. Please, son, please, take these achievement tests seriously. The The last thing I need is your mother's ghost haunting me because her only child became a garbage burner. As far as I can tell, you're a perfectly healthy 16-year-old boy. So yes, you have to go to class to take your G.O.A.T exam. As far as I can tell, you're a perfectly healthy 16-year-old girl. So yes, you have to go to class to take your G.O.A.T exam. Take care, sweetie. Now get out of here, and good luck. Take care, son. Now get out of here, and good luck. Go on now. You've got a G.O.A.T to take. Come on, honey, you're fine, and you know it. You're a perfectly healthy 16-year-old girl. So, you need to get to class to take your G.O.A.T exam. No excuses. Come on, pal. You're fine, and you know it. You're a perfectly healthy 16-year-old boy. So, you need to get to class to take your G.O.A.T exam. No excuses. Hey, honey. Morning, Jonas. Hey, pal. Cut that out. Ow! Quit it! What are you doing? Ow! What in God's name is wrong with you? Stop screwing around. Son, I brought you into this world. I think you know the rest. Honey, I brought you into this world. I think you know the rest. Watch your step, son. Watch your step, honey. Watch your step. Careful. Watch out. Watch it. Watch yourself. Keep moving. Keep your head down. Move. Move. Take cover. Look for cover. Grenade. Fire in the hole. Incoming. This is stupid. We shouldn't be in here, and you know it. Son, we should not be in here. Honey, we should not be in here. We should leave. We should go. Let's get out of here. We shouldn't be here. You did what you had to do, son. You did what you had to do, honey. You did what you had to do. You had no other choice. There was no other way. I'm sorry it had to come to that. If that's the way it has to be, then so be it. I won't let it end like this. If that's the way you want it, I didn't want to have to do this. This is madness. This isn't right. This is what we've come to. What in God's name has gotten into you? Did you just try to pick my pocket? My God, son, did you just try to pick my pocket? My God. Hey, what are you doing? Is this how I raised you? To steal from me? Honey, if you wanted it so badly, you could have just asked. Son, if you wanted it that badly, you could have just asked. I suppose I just expected better of you. I see you've developed a new set of skills since leaving the vault. You know, it frightens me how easily you do that. Was that really necessary? I certainly didn't raise you to behave like that. That was uncalled for. Be more careful, will you? What are you doing? That's dangerous. Stop that. Someone could get hurt. That's not a toy, you know. Now's not really the time for that, is it? Watch where you point that. Getting some exercise, are we? Please be careful. A bit clumsy today, are we? Watch where you're going. Be careful with that. I trust you know what you're doing. Would you stop screwing around? Watch it, will you? Take cover. Look out. Do you know where that's been? Please, watch where you swing that. Is that really necessary? Don't look at me. We'll need everything we can get our hands on. I suppose we need it more than they do. I don't like it, but we'll take what we can get. Stealing. Just don't make a habit of it. Let's do what we need to do and get out of here. We should probably move along. Let's keep moving. We probably don't belong here. We probably shouldn't be here. What's that? Is someone there? Ow! Why are you doing this? What the hell has gotten into you? What are you doing? You see? This is why I took you to that vault in the first place. This is lunacy. You think I'm going to let you stop me? After all I've been through? I'll kill you before I let anyone harm my child. First that crazy simulation, now this. Has the entire world taken leave of its senses? Traveling the Wasteland, shooting guns. By God, I'm getting too old for this sort of thing. Damn it, just leave us alone. Just like shooting that old BB gun, you remember? Ah! Enough! Enough of this! Son, get your head down. Honey, get your head down. Get away from my daughter. Get away from my son. Run! Honey, run. Son, run. We can't handle this ourselves, son. Run. We can't handle this ourselves. Run, run, run. Get out of here. Father and son, side by side. This is the way it should be. My God, can you believe the devastation out here? That's why our work is so important. I'm glad I've got you watching my back. I'm not quite sure I'm cut out for all this excitement. Not anymore. Come on, let's keep moving. Not much farther. We'll be at Rivet City before you know it. What a sight we must be. If only your mother could see us now. I suppose the dog's coming with us, yes? What in God's name is wrong with you? Stop screwing around. Son, I brought you into this world. I think you know the rest. Honey, I brought you into this world. I think you know the rest. Where are you? You killed him. In cold blood. You killed her. In cold blood. What? How could you? What have you done? How? I didn't think you were capable. Put it back. I did not raise my daughter to be a common thief. Put it back. I did not raise my son to be a common thief. You were raised better than that. Stealing. What are you thinking? I didn't raise a thief. Your mother would be ashamed of you. Come on, let's go. I don't really know how to tell you this. I hope you'll understand, but I know you might be angry. Hold on, Jonas. I need to record this first. I thought about it for a long time, but in the end, I decided it was best for you not to know. So many things could have gone wrong, and there's really no telling how the Overseer will react when he finds out. It's best if he can blame everything on me. Obviously, you already know that I'm gone. It was something I needed to do. You're an adult now. You're ready to be on your own. Maybe someday things will change and we can see each other again. I can't tell you why I left or where I'm going. I don't want you to follow me. God knows life in the vault isn't perfect, but at least you'll be safe. Just knowing that will be enough to keep me going. Okay, go ahead. Goodbye. I love you. You've saved me. I was afraid I'd be trapped in there forever. Oh, it's so good to see you, but what are you doing here? Son, you've saved me. I was afraid I'd be trapped in there forever. It's so good to see you, but what are you doing here? Yes, absolutely. We need to get back to Rivet City. I've got to tell Madison that I have it. After all these years, I finally have the key to making Project Purity a reality. Well, I'm glad you did. This certainly wasn't how I expected things to turn out. I wasn't ready for Braun, or I might have fared better. Well, I didn't expect Dr. Braun to be alive and insane. I thought I'd just find notes or holotapes. I needed information about Braun and his work on the G.E.C.K. You came all this way and risked your life for answers. They must be important to you. Well, I suppose it had its moments, but in the end I much prefer having opposable thumbs. And now that I'm back, I can get back to work. I need to tell Madison what I've learned. I promise you, I won't. I'm going to need your help. Now that I have what I came for, I need to get back to Rivet City right away. It certainly is. It's nice to feel that I'm on two legs again. And thanks to Dr. Braun, I know that Project Purity isn't lost after all. I did indeed. Braun's work, the G.E.C.K, was designed to readapt environments for living after a nuclear war. It's not entirely stable, but I'm sure that components of that technology are just what we need, what we've been missing all this time. I need to return to Rivet City. Once Madison knows about the G.E.C.K, I can get her to see that it really will work. You must understand. As much as I love you, this project has been my responsibility since long before you were even born. Too many people have made sacrifices to give up on it now. Your mother, if you'll let me, I'd like to show you what we've accomplished. I want you to be there when we change the world. After so many years, I can finally see it through to the end. I can't stop now. That's my girl. Let's hurry. Now that I know what we need, I want to get back to work as soon as possible. That's my boy. Let's hurry. Now that I know what we need, I want to get back to work as soon as possible. Really? You're not going to join me? Coming all this way after me, I'd have thought you'd want to help. I have to keep going. I can't stop now. I'm going back to Rivet City. Meet me there if you change your mind. It would be good to work with you, honey. Really? You're not going to join me? Coming all this way after me, I'd have thought you'd want to help. I have to keep going. I can't stop now. I'm going back to Rivet City. Meet me there if you change your mind. It would be good to work with you, son. I can't do this on my own. Madison, Dr. Lee, has a team of scientists working at Rivet City. They'll have to help. The facility hasn't been used in years. There'll be enough work for a good number of people, and it will take us a while. The sooner I get to Rivet City, the sooner Madison and I can get to work. Is that so? You're 19 years old. Are you so sure you know what you want from life already? I suppose it doesn't matter now. I suspect there's no going back for either of us. We'll just have to forge on ahead, won't we? Yes. With what I've learned, Madison is sure to see that we can finally succeed where we failed so many years ago. I'd like you to come with me. I'd like you to be there when we finally open the floodgates. I'm afraid there's nothing else I can offer. When Project Purity is finished, we can sit down and really talk. I'd like to work through this. For now, I need to return to Rivet City. There's still much to do. No, there will be time to rest when the work is complete. This is far too important. I need to get back to Rivet City right away. There's so much to be done. No, there will be time to rest when the work is complete. This is far too important. I need to get back to Rivet City right away. There's so much to be done. Yes, what about you? Why in fact are you outside the vault at all? I don't even want to know how you got out. As much as I appreciate your help, you were supposed to stay there, to make a life for yourself there, not out here. I was right about Braun. The technology he developed is unstable, even dangerous, but it can be adapted for Project Purity. I need to return to Rivet City and talk with Madison. If we can find a G.E.C.K, we can make Project Purity work. I needed information about Dr. Braun's research and development of the G.E.C.K. It's vital to getting Project Purity running. I was expecting to find notes or holotapes. I didn't plan on being caught up in Braun's twisted fantasy world. That's where you belonged. You were an adult, capable of fending for yourself, and you had a good life ahead of you. What's out here is my task, my responsibility. I never wanted you to have any part of this insanity. Yes, I lied about where you were born, about where I was born. I admit that. At the time, I felt the truth would only encourage you to try and leave the vault, to go looking for your past. Perhaps I should have handled things differently. I'm sorry. You were supposed to stay put. You could have had a good life in the vault, but I suppose it's too late to go back now, isn't it? The Overseer would likely have a shot on sight. Well then, you'll just have to come with me to Rivet City. You've certainly proven yourself capable enough. Project Purity was underway long before you were born. There were many of us, including your mother, who devoted our lives to it. The idea of free, clean water for everyone drove us to succeed. So many sacrifices were made for that idea. My responsibility is to see it through to the end, to make sure those sacrifices mean something. Be careful, sweetie. Be careful, my son. Keep up the good work, son. Keep up the good work, honey. I'll see you when you get back. Good luck, son. Good luck, honey. Thank you, Janice. Let's get to the control room and assess the situation. We can talk more there. Replace those fuses. Otherwise we'll never get the doors open, and there's no chance of getting the mainframe running. So, the pumps are working, and some of the doors are opened. We're making progress. Problem is that the water shorted out a few key fuse boxes. Here, take these fuses and replace the ones that have burnt out. Once you get the flood control pumps activated, that'll clear out some of the water and make it easier for us to see what else has gone wrong. Here we are, where it all began. You remember your mother's favorite passage? No point in wasting time. Let's get to work. There's much to be done. Revelation 21:6. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. Don't you see? This is what it all means. The water, the purifier. This is the water of life. Your mother's dream. Give me a few moments to speak with Madison. Then we can decide on a course of action. Have patience. How are you holding up? Need directions? Everything all right? You're doing great out there. Keep it up. All right. You should be just outside the pipe that's been giving us trouble. Now don't worry. This isn't dangerous at all. Just get inside and use the manual controls to drain the pipe. That'll break up the debris enough for the filters to function properly. Great work on the pumps. Hurry back, and I'll give you the fuses you'll need. Good to see you again, son. What do you need? I need to reach Madison as soon as possible. Now I can make her see that Project Purity is worth finishing. Get to the museum level and use the intercom there. I'll talk you through cycling the airlock and the intake pipe. Well, you've done it. It'll just be a few minutes until we can access the main frame. Use the intercom so I can tell you where to go next. There are a few minor repairs still to be made up here in the control room. Why don't you come back here and give me a hand? Actually, wait. There's one other thing I need you to do. Janice says there's a blockage in one of the intake pipes. It's on your way back. Head back to the museum level and give me a call on the intercom when you get there. With the fuses in place, you should be able to access the mainframe. No need to come back to the control room. Just head straight there. It's essential that you get to the pipes as soon as you can. We can't allow the pressure to build up, or it could be a disaster. I'll be here for you when you get back. I'm not trying to put you off, but we need to get to Project Purity. Anything else can wait until later. There are a few minor repairs still to be made up here in the control room. Why don't you come back here and give me a hand? Actually, wait. There's one other thing I need you to do. Janice says there's a blockage in one of the intake pipes. It's on your way back. Head back up to the museum level and give me a call on the intercom when you get there. Good to see you again, sweetie. We need to get back to Project Purity. The computer there is our best chance to locate a G.E.C.K. I still need your help. I can't do this without you, you know. Are you all right? Is it safe in there? We can't accomplish anything until we can get inside. But none of us are particularly capable fighters. I hate to ask you to put yourself in harm's way, but you seem to have learned to handle yourself. I need you to go in and make sure it's safe for Dr. Lee and her crew. I've been hearing good things about you. Is it true? Did you really disarm the bomb in Megaton? I think we need to talk. I've been hearing things. Things that have happened out there. Megaton destroyed? You? You didn't have anything to do with that, did you? I know there's a lot going on right now. This is all very sudden. I just want you to know that I'm here if you want to talk. You seem troubled, like there's a cloud hanging over you. I know there's a lot going on right now. This is all very sudden. I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you. You're a good person, and it shows. Please, hurry. Once the blockage is cleared up, we'll be in good shape. I'll be here for you when you get back. You didn't have to come all the way back here, you know. You could have gone straight to the mainframe. Are you all right, Madison? Is everything all right? Hello, honey. Hello, son. Madison, are you all right? Janice, I have something for you. Janice, a moment, please. For almost 20 years now, I've done everything I can to see that you have a good life. I didn't see it as abandoning you. I saw it as moving on, knowing you were safe. The vault wasn't perfect, to be sure, but it was the safest place in the Wasteland. That's why I took you there in the first place. Oh, my child, if only you could have known how much it meant to her. She believed in the work we were doing and was so determined to see it through. She gave up so much for this project. We all did, and I don't want that to have been for nothing. Oh, my son, if only you could have known how much it meant to her. She believed in the work we were doing and was so determined to see it through. She gave up so much for this project. We all did, and I don't want that to have been for nothing. I know that you're a good person. Whatever's going on, I know you'll make the best of it. Let's get through this, and I'll help you in whatever way I can. I'm here for you. This place, this wasteland, it's no more real than the vault. You're still responsible for your actions. Those actions can come back to haunt you in ways you never expect. Please keep that in mind. Whatever happens, know that I'll always love you. Well, enough of a lecture for now. Let's get back to work. This isn't about me or the choices I've made. We're talking about you. Whatever life you make for yourself out here, it's in your power to make it a good one. I just don't want to see you go down the wrong path. But maybe this isn't the best time to have this talk. Once we're done here, then we can work it out together. Let's just get through this. I know, we all do what we have to, but don't compromise who you are. It's in your power to be a good person, to do the right thing. Just please keep that in mind. We can talk more later. Let's get back to work. Of course, honey. What's on your mind? Of course, son. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? Oh, come on, be honest. Can you really say you wouldn't have tried to come with me if you knew? I told you, I wanted a different life for you. I had hoped the Overseer would seal the vault, making it impossible for you to leave. It might mean you spend the rest of your life hating me, but your well-being was worth a chance. What? No, of course not. This is important work. Clean water can change the lives of so many thousands of people. It's worth the risk to help them. I hope that you could understand why I've done the things that I've done. The last thing I want is to lose my daughter. I hope that you can understand why I've done the things that I've done. The last thing I want is to lose my son. Somehow, I don't think the Overseer would agree with that. What's done is done. But if we succeed, if we can make Project Purity a reality, we can create a new life for ourselves out here. I didn't want you to think I hadn't noticed. You've had to deal with so much. We all have. Once we're done here, you can tell me all about it. For now, let's get to work. Life out here is so different from the vault. You know it's something I never wanted you to face. I'm glad to see it hasn't changed who you are. There aren't many who can say that about themselves. As much as I'd like to, I can't take all the credit. You're the one making the choices. I'm glad to see they've been good ones. You make me very proud. Look at me, getting all sentimental. There's time for that when our work is done. Someday, I'll find a way to make it up to you. I promise. Let's finish our work so that we can do some good together. I can understand that you're angry. You have a right to be. Perhaps the choice I made wasn't the right one. At the time, I thought I was doing what was best for you. I can understand that you're angry. You have a right to be. Perhaps the choice I made wasn't the right one. At the time, I thought I was doing what was best for you. I wanted you to be safe. I didn't want this for you. A life out here in this godforsaken war zone. I couldn't tell you what I was doing because I didn't want you following me. A plan which clearly was not as successful as I imagined it would be. I had thought that after my escape, the Overseer would seal the vault. You'd have had no choice but to stay behind. I suppose I underestimated how resourceful you would be. Something like that never needs to be done. I can't begin to tell you how disappointed I am in you. There's work to be done now, but I want to talk to you about this later. What I did can't even compare to such a thing. All those people. You're still my son, and I love you, but I can't begin to tell you how disappointed in you I am. We'll talk more about this when there's time. Right now we have work to do. What I did can't even compare to such a thing. All those people. You're still my daughter, and I love you, but I can't begin to tell you how disappointed in you I am. We'll talk more about this when there's time. Right now we have work to do. I didn't think so. You couldn't possibly do something like that. Honestly, I have a hard time believing you. I raised you to be better than that. Better than the Wastes. We'll talk more about this later. There's too much work to be done now to let this get in the way. I certainly hope not. It's not how I raised you. What you do in the world may be your business, but here, with me, you are my son. I can't begin to tell you how disappointed I am. That goes against everything I ever taught you. I want to talk more about this later. For now, let's just focus on our work. I'm very proud of you, even though you put yourself in harm's way. Just please be careful out there. This is a dangerous world. Far more dangerous than anyone in that vault knows. I see. You did a good thing, but I'm not sure I approve of your motives. Perhaps we can discuss it more later. We have a lot of work to do now. I just wanted to say, I'm very proud of you. That's all. Let's get back to work then. All right. I'm sorry you feel that way. Yes, I suppose it does. Look, I'm sorry that I left you. I did what I thought was best for you. I don't know how else to say it. Be careful. Thank you. Excellent. Let's get inside and get to work. I'm proud of you. Now let's get in there. I'm afraid I don't have many options. Please know that I would never put you in this position if I didn't think it was absolutely necessary. Will you do it? I know. Believe me, I'm not entirely comfortable with it either. There are sentry guns in there that may still have power. If you can turn them on, they can do at least some of the work for you. All right, we'll stay here then. Do what you have to, but be careful. All right. Do what you have to, but be careful. Please reconsider. Until we can get inside and turn the computers on, we can't get any closer to finishing our project. I would hate to see all this effort go to waste. Thank you. We'll wait here until you give the all clear. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. With what I've learned from Dr. Braun, I know it can work. That's why it's so important to find a G.E.C.K as soon as possible. It's the key to Project Purity. You have to understand, the vault wasn't for me. It was for you. To make sure my son grew up someplace safe, away from all this. I didn't want you to leave. I wanted you to stay there, to grow up and live your life in safety. You have to understand, the vault wasn't for me. It was for you. To make sure my daughter grew up somewhere safe, away from all this. I didn't want you to leave. I wanted you to stay there, to grow up and live your life in safety. The vault you grew up in had its own water purification system. Clean water was never a worry. Out here, things are different. Water out here is never clean, and almost always irradiated. It's barely able to sustain any kind of normal life. If we can change that, humanity has a real chance at rebuilding, starting over. I understand that you have reason to question a good many things I've told you over the years. But your mother... I've never lied to you about what happened. Not once. She died giving birth to you. It was a difficult time. She was so eager to meet you, to make a place for you in the world. If nothing else, please believe that she loved you very much. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you'll consider meeting me in Rivet City. That's good to hear. Let's not waste any time. In the year before you were born, things became difficult. There had always been something of a mutant problem in the city, but it became worse. They attacked more frequently and more aggressively. Support for the project eroded as time went on, when we couldn't produce any significant results. Progress came to a halt. And then you were born. Your mother and I had talked about what to do when that time came, but then we lost her, and I had to make a decision. I chose to leave. From what I understand, things happened quickly after that. It became too dangerous for the others to stay, and so the project was abandoned. Dr. Lee and her team left for what became Rivet City, and Project Purity has sat waiting ever since. It started as an idea, really. Remember the Bible passage your mother loves so much? Free, clean water for everyone. What a difference it could make in the lives of everyone here in the Wastes. Over time, that idea took the form of a purifier. Not like the one in the vault, though. This one was gigantic, capable of purifying millions of gallons of water at once. We used the old Jefferson Memorial for the location, right on D.C.'s tidal basin. Someday soon I hope you'll see it work.
So am I, my love. While this isn't what I had in mind, it's good to have you with me. So am I, son. While this isn't what I had in mind, it's good to have you with me. There's so much history here, so much time and energy spent on this place because it could help so many people. And now, after all these years, there's a chance to finish it, to see it through to the end, and help all the people of the capital Wasteland. You remember the Bible passage about the waters of life? It's more than just a poster on a wall. Your mother and I, we lived by that ideal. Water, clean and free, for everyone in the Wasteland. Think about that for a moment. No more radiation sickness, no more mutated crops, no more struggling just to stay alive. Finally, hope. Isn't it worth taking a risk to give that hope to people? There you go. That's the spirit.
All right, I won't push. But please reconsider.
Honey, I know things are moving a bit quickly, and I'm sure you must have conflicting feelings about helping me after what's happened. If you need to take a moment, that's fine. I'll be waiting for you. Son, I know things are moving a bit quickly, and I'm sure you must have conflicting feelings about helping me after what's happened. If you need to take a moment, that's fine. I'll be waiting for you. The project was abandoned shortly after you were born. Things have deteriorated here since then, and there's been some flooding. I'll need you to get to the flood control pumps and activate them so we can clear out the water and reach the mainframe. You just need to power up the mainframe, and we can see what there is to see. You need to replace the fuses that shorted out in the flooding. Once they're in, the automatic doors will work and we can reach the mainframe. The flood control pumps, remember? Without those working, we can't restore power to the mainframe. I can use the intercom system to talk you through reaching them.
Right. The flooding shorted out some of the fuse boxes downstairs, including one that controls some of the automatic doors. Here, take these fuses. The box is back down in the sub-basement near the eastern end of the level. Once the fuses are replaced, you'll be able to get to the mainframe.
Eventually, I think we can get the whole facility up and running, but we'll need a G.E.C.K for that. So we need to find a G.E.C.K. I'm hoping the project's computer will have information on where we can locate one. The automatic doors sealed when the flooding occurred, so you'll have to use the access tunnels to reach the pumps. In a word, no. Everyone else has specific tasks to complete as the power comes back online. Don't worry. I'll guide you along the way as best I can using the intercom system. You'll do fine.
No, not at all. You'll just need to turn a valve. It'll only take a moment.
Now, I won't be able to contact you once you're in there. You'll exit near the cisterns, and then you can get in touch with me again. Honey, over here, the intercom. Son, over here, the intercom. According to the display, you're somewhere in the substructure. I can't be more specific than that right now. Right now, you're near one of the large cisterns where water from the river is kept until it can be processed. You're in what used to be the old museum and gift shop. A lot of the project's machinery is down there now. We just refer to it as the museum level. You're in the security level. It's full of holding tanks for the water, as well as our processing equipment and power systems.
Head up to the museum level. Use the door at the north end of the level you're on now.
I can't really say, since I don't know where you are.
Head towards the northeast end of that level. There's an intercom close to the grate you're looking for.
Come on back up to the main lab. I'll be waiting. The flood control pump is at the south end of this level. Keep heading down. There's a staircase at the south end of the level you're on. The mainframe room is on the security level, west of the pumps you started earlier. The fuse box you're looking for is down near the cisterns. Keep heading down.
You're on the right level.
Head to the western end
And look for the large automated door.
It's fine, Madison. Everything is taken care of. There's no reason to be nervous. We haven't forgotten anything. We're on top of the situation. Come on now. We're professionals. Make sure to stay in contact with Daniel and Alex. I'm waiting for a report from them. When you have a moment, can you check the pressure on tanks 3 and 4? I'm concerned there may be a leak. That's my boy. It'll be good to work side by side with you, son. That's my girl. It'll be good to work side by side with you, honey. Probably, but we have to try, don't we? It's too important for the people of the Wasteland to let fear stop us now. We need to get moving right away. Are you coming with us? Are you sure? We could use your help. If you change your mind, you can always meet up with us along the way. If nothing else, come see me once we're set up. After 20 long years, I finally have a chance to make things right. To finish what I started so long ago. I owe this to Madison. I owe it to your mother. No, I can't wait another moment. Are you coming with us? That's quite impossible. This is a private project. The Enclave has no authority here. I'm going to have to ask you to leave at once.
Very well. Give me a few moments to bring the system online.
Yes, Colonel. I'll do whatever you want. There's no need for more violence. Colonel, I assure you that this facility will not function. We have never been able to successfully replicate test results. Colonel, is it, Colonel? I'm sorry, but the facility is not operational. It never has been. I'm afraid you're wasting your time here. I'm sorry, but that's... Yes, I'm responsible for this project. I'd like to thank you all for returning to this project after so many years. I know some of you thought, like me, that this day would never come. Once the mainframe is online, we'll be able to access the database and hopefully learn where we can find a G.E.C.K. There's a lot of deterioration in the pipes and some damage to the substructure. But it's nothing we can't fix. We've restored power to the mainframe, which is coming online now. The Enclave? What are they doing here? They're where? Madison, lock the door. Everyone, listen. It seems we have some visitors. I don't know who they are or what they want. We have a singular opportunity here. A chance to make the Wasteland a better place for... What? What's that? All right, everyone. You should be able to hear me now. Please, everyone, remain in your assigned areas while we get this...
Run. Run!
Please, just monitor the pumps. Madison, please. It's very important that you do this right now. Just step over to the panel while I access the computer in the control booth. I need you to monitor the output levels on pumps 3 and 4. Please, step over to the panel and keep an eye on them, will you?